So I've just come down to the rocks here to have a look and see if I can get some bait. So I'm looking at chasing blackfish or drummer and use cabbage. There's a gentleman down here now already. He's picking some off the rocks down there, keeping an eye on the swell behind him. As you will see when I walk down here, right, a fair bit of green in here, like this little pool, but it's not the stuff that we're after. The stuff we're after is that gentleman down here. So the stuff that we're looking for here is cabbage. Right, the cabbage that's here is not all that big in size. There's a mixture of different weeds that are mixed in with it. You do have to watch the tides. As the tide is low, but it's still, there's a fair bit of swell running here, so you have to keep your eye on. So this stuff that's here, it's almost getting to be like a cabbage, but it's growing not in clumps. It's over a fair bit of a wide area. So you must like this stuff that's here. When you pull it off, it breaks up. Right. Not real easy to put on the hook. It's very hard when the stuff's like this. So we're looking for a better quality one like that and more in clumps. As you can see, this is nice and long, the weed. Right, look at the length of that. That's beautiful weed. Right, to use for blackfish. It's found in pools where the fresh water can run out, runs down. Great for chasing your blackfish in the summer. So I've just tied my little number 8 hook on to my 10-pound pulse mono, which I'm going to use as my leader for chasing drummer off the rocks. You could also use it for chasing the bigger bloodrig that you get off the rocks as well. In the estuaries, I'd most likely go down to about a 6-pound or maybe even a 4-pound. So here's that stringy weed that I got before, just out of the pool. Oh, it's nice and long, nice and stringy. Oh, it's got a rich green, vibrant colour to it. So what you do is you strip off a small amount so that it's fairly long, right, because it makes it so much easier to work with. And what you do is that you lay your hook down into the weed, and you first off you take a few turns around the line that's above the knot. The reason you do this is to help hold the hook, the line, onto the hook. Then you put a few twists around the opposite direction around the hook, and then you continue this going around the other one that you put around the line, around in the opposite direction. Comes up around the hook, and you'll see you have a big long tag, and what you've also got is you've got the hook point and barbers disposed. So then it's just a matter of pinching it off using what you've got here to go into the burley, and there you have it. It's already rigged on the hook, and as I said, then when I pull it, it doesn't come off. And what happens is that the bloodrig will nibble at this, then pull your float down, get up into the hook, and then hopefully you've hooked them. what you'll find is that will, in the water, will fluff out a bit, but that's fine. Okay, so here we have some cabbage. Oh, it's been plucked off the rocks. Why they call it cabbage, I don't know. Maybe it looks like the cabbage that we eat. Well, it can be very hard at times to put it on. This particular one that I've got here doesn't have like that little bony clump that where it attaches to the rocks, usually up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use what we call the half hitch. Alright, so it's a matter of get your hook, put it through cabbage a number of times. So it's hook point here, it's exposed. And then what you do is you bunch up this end, and it's just as simple as putting two, has to be two half hitches. Around the top. See that little bit that's sticking out there? What we might do is put an extra one on there, just so it keeps it parallel with the line. And that's it. When you throw it out, a little piece might fall off, right? It'll float around, it'll fluff out. Excellent for catching blackfish, bloodrig. Excellent for catching drummer. So what I'm going to do with the cabbage, just to show you, I'm going to drop it into the pool. See how it fluffs out. Right. It's floating. But what you have is you have your ball sinker down on your swivel, and then you have a couple of split shots on top, and that will just float around, right, down deeper depending on the depth that you've got it. Right.
Come on, get here.
So Scotty's done really well here. He's managed to land this with half a kilo of weed as well, plus a really nice blackfish. I did help by going and getting the net.
Yeah, he's a ripper.
Good fish.
The best thing is, I'm one up on Gary.